this is interesting. This is another question I get asked. People say, well, what do you mean by strategy, Lynn? I talk about organic strategy and I talk about other kinds of strategies. And the people just say, well, most people are reluctant to ask the question because they think they should know. But when they start hearing me talking about strategy and the efficacy of strategy and other things, they start to wonder, what do I mean by it? So, bottom line, strategy is defined, or it's given by Michael Porter, the guru of strategy in this country. He defines strategy as any number of value propositions to the market. In other words, how are you going to deliver your offering to the market and make money on it? In other words, what is your proposition to the market that people know about your product and services and they're willing to pay you money to take advantage of them? And that's you then define a strategy about telling people in the market how you're going to do that. In other words, the strategy should also be transferred to the people in the organization to make sure they know what that is. The reason I get into that a lot is because when you look at the war on waste, it's basically looking at how well you're doing on that. In other words, how well are you actually implementing strategy? In other words, if you've got a lot of waste, then you're not adding value very efficiently. And that reflects naturally on the strategy that you have. So we say that probably the best way to measure the efficacy of a strategy that you've defined is to go look at what ideas are coming into the company in the war on waste process. Because once we leave, new ideas keep coming in. People want to submit ideas, and those ideas reflect directly on your strategy. So we say that the war on waste is really an effective way to measure strategy, at least the efficacy of your strategy. By the way, if you want to find out more about what we're doing in the war on waste process, you can go to our website, thewaronwasteacademy.com, and read up on more about the process. And actually, you can download copies of our books if you're interested. They're available on Kindle and also as Amazon.com and also CreateSpace. So you can go to the website, get copies of those books if you're interested. And also we'll be discussing in the next couple of months the release of our new internet product called eWow, which is an internet version of the war on waste that allows people to communicate over the internet, put their idea into play in a secure environment, and then we can track it all the way through implementation and actually verifying the results over a 1-year period. So go to www.waronwasteacademy.com and find out more about what we're talking about here. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the other side.